Mm, 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 mm. Everything is a circle. Everything began in a circle. Our womb space is a circle. The earth is a circle. Flowers, everything. And so it's just responding and aligning with that sacred geometry that's in nature. And when we're in circle, it's very holistic, and it is a container for to hold the blessings, the prayers, the hurt, the tears, the beauty, creation. It's like a little womb, a little womb. And it is like almost like a sacred responsibility, like the way as mothers, when we become mothers, we learn about that sacred responsibility. When we experience the roundness of our bellies and that there's a holding that we are giving ourselves to, then the circle, and women get it so innately because of our holding of life in our wombs. And even if it's not a physical life, every single cycle of the moon are releasing the seed of potential. So when the circle comes together, when it's held in beauty and in prayer and in a good way, then life can come from that manifestation of the prayers. Hopefully, intentions of the good of all, not just the human beings. In fact, that's one ripple of the circle is the human being, but we're there for all of life.
So when we dance together in a circle, we dance counterclockwise, the way the earth moves, and we caress our feet as if thanking our Mother Earth for giving us our life. And when we dance, we also sing. We never discourage anyone from singing because everything has a voice, everything has a song. Every single element on earth has a song. We just have to listen to it. So those little hummingbirds, they have a song. Yeah. Every little thing has a song. So these songs are naturally gifted to us, and the way that we sing them and how we sing them completely affects our body. It affects our soul and our spirit. So when someone's passing to the next world, for example, there are songs that will quicken that journey, so they're not in pain. And there are songs that you will have come to you in your dreams. There are songs that are honor songs, for example, for the blessings of life. And when we encourage our youth and encourage others to sing, it lifts not only their spirit, but ours as well. So we're doing a service to the animals, and to the birds, and to the waters, everything that has a life. We're doing a service by offering them a song.
In this moment in time, we have to circle. We have to create circles. And what I just did not so long ago, in the beginning of this year, I came to the point that I felt it is important to create a circle of love and light. And as I see it, as I initiate a circle, what I do is before that, always doing a ceremony to open up the space and to make this whatever spirits or animal helpers or guides coming in for everyone. And I always have these, I work on the floor, so I have little pillows going round and an altar in the middle where people also can put their things on for energy or for healing. or for the togetherness. I mean, it can be so many things. It's not only that I have to point it out, you know, it can also be their issue or their intention. So then I smudge the room and I take care of the energy and put some crystals everywhere extra, or yeah, to feel that it's just a clear, open space. And when we start, we share the talking stick, because it's important for everyone to do what they feel at heart, and that they have the time and they receive the space to speak from their hearts. The circle for me is a never-ending process. It is always going on. You're looking only in the mirror, and if you're in a circle together, you see many mirrors around you, because you're all the same. And to understand that, that your neighbor is the same as you are, and there and there and there, you have to be in a very safe space together to understand, and then you can grow and carry whatever has to come into the world. And if you finally come into this feeling that you feel, this is what I know, from a very deep place within, it's very deep knowledge, yeah, then you can live it by the rules, which is not at all difficult. It's just familiar. You recognize what you feel.
We asked the question at the end yesterday of the wisdom panel about the role that nature has in showing us, mirroring back who we are, and why it's so important that we in this generation preserve nature, protect nature for our children, to have those mirrors, to know who they are, and to explore it and to live life. Could you speak a little on that?
Purianei for us was this way of coming into nature, using the nature to help us heal some
to wash away
any sorrows,
blow away
maybe depression,
make clean,
yes. And then over time the sun will come up again. Puriane e te hau, horahia e te ua, whitiwhitia e te rā. Mahia ke nā poraruraru, makere ana ngā here, erere, wairua erere, i ngā ho o te rangi, whitiwhitia e te rā. Mahia ke nā poraruraru, makere ana ngā here, makere ana ngā here.
Ki te mihi, Kei te mihi, kia koutou, kia kōrua, kia koe tuahine.
Kia
We are all, as you know, as everyone, that is choosing to tune in likely intuits, we are all not just connected as humanity, but connected with the earth, through the earth. That is our connection as humanity. We are cells of this planetary being, and as such, this planetary being that is Mother Earth is a cell in the greater physiology of the cosmos. And, where does it begin? Where does it end? That thread. And the knowledge that was shared by this elder grandmother Nakai Breen was that by installing crystals of a certain resonance and in a certain way on sacred places around the world, that this technology would help to amplify the healing, balancing energies of the earth to help humanity's transition at this point. They simply enhance each individual's connection with themselves, with the earth, with their connection with the cosmos, to allow their voice, their gifts to be more remembered, more accessed, and amplified. And so when I kind of had that aha a few years ago, it's been a real gift to feel that that knowingness inside from a child that I did have something to offer the world, and not yet knowing my voice, my place in it, and still finding, as we all always will. But to feel that, with this project that we work with, that we also have a role to play that can really help in the harmonizing. That's what crystals are. They are harmonizers, and all these different voices, when harmonized, it allows the differences to be felt and appreciated, because you are looking through that lens of wholeness and experiencing through that lens of wholeness.
Well, music is a healing gift. For us, it's a natural part of life. So everyone should sing, and everything has a spirit in song. The birds we hear singing now, the noise a plane makes, that's doing its own song. All these little animals and things that we hear around us are showing us that life continues and that we all have a responsibility on this earth. So we, as life givers, can share with women, and we have, thankfully, around the world, about how it is our right, our responsibility to make sure there is a future for up to 7 generations. Now that's my job, and however I can find a way to do that is a good thing, is a blessing. And so the next generation, of course, she'll be continuing on for 7 generations, and then the next generation, another 7 generations. So we happen to live on very ancestral sacred land, where one of our ancestors died there at the age of 110. And we remember these songs because they pull us together, they open our mind, they also clear a way to release any kind of preconceived ideas of what a woman is supposed to be, or has to be, or should be, or could be. There's a lot of labels, there's a lot of stress and pressure, but nothing like lifting the voice in song, and where we all come together. It doesn't matter what age, race, religion, or color. We can all join hands together as one, sing and dance together.
It's a pretty exciting way, to share that good mind, the Iroquois ideology of being a good person through song and being creative is something I'm very passionate about. And my native name is Gahawita, which means she carries it along, so it's kind of goes in hand with the elders know what we're going to be doing, I think, with our lives. So that's pretty cool. I feel very blessed to have been singing with my mom for 31 years, and I'm excited to be here with the grandmas. It's so important to feel like you belong somewhere. Like I feel like wherever they are, I belong there because they love me, and it's that grandma energy is so important. And knowing my grandmother, she's the reason I started making art, and she just was a happy, hilarious, strong woman. She influenced thousands of people's lives with her good heart and mind, and I hope to carry that along with my life too. And my mom too, she's influenced countless people with her music and her heart, and I think that's really powerful.
We've been blessed by many visionaries. People have told us When I was a little girl, they said, your mission on this earth is to bring music that will be heard all over the world. And that came true. And it's not music for me particularly, but music heals, and it's music for unification, harmony, balance. And all these words used within the music are direct inspirations from our ancestors. Because, for example, when I started praying for and asking for our ancestors to help me through writing particular recordings, like the Peacemaker's Journey, how he learned forgiveness. He had his entire family murdered by an evil chief who wanted all the power. And he laid by a lake for days with his heart on the ground. He just wanted to give up. And they lived in a very dark time. So when the peacemaker came to him, Skanalahawi, he said, you can live a different way. Let me show you this wampum. Let me give this to you as a reminder that the purple represents the bruising of the pain and suffering. And then when you forgive, you have the purity of heart again. And you can accept others and you can forgive them and you can live in peace. And so when this whole story came to me, I asked for it. In 5 days, the whole album was written and done, recorded, and these very songs, very powerful, ancient songs, I've been told by other chiefs, clan mothers around the nation that they'd heard these songs in their vision quest as well. They were true songs of peace, and to never stop singing them because the people needed to hear them. So we know that our children learn from hearing, from enjoying, and they mimic us. And when we look at our world and the suffering that goes on, if the women were asked, and the old women of the nation, they'd say, let's live amongst each other in peace. Let's sing our songs. Let's dance our dances. Let's celebrate life. Danwanuhe, laduhe, yagungwe. Danwanuhe, laduhe, yagungwe. In peace and war she will embrace, see strength and wisdom in her face. She'll offer her hand, though tired and worn, and nurture the land for those unborn. Danwanuhe, laduhe, yagungwe. Danwanuhe, laduhe, yagungwe. Her songs will soothe your soul to sleep, and the stories she'll tell you'll always keep. She'll quench your thirst, dry tears from your eyes, give food for your spirit, and bring us new life. Danwanuhe, laduhe, yagungwe. Danwanuhe, laduhe, yagungwe. She'll heal you inside, her prayers they carry high. We give thanks to the woman, friend, mother, lover, and guide. Danwanuhe, yaduhe, yagungwe. Danwanuhe, laduhe, yagungwe.
There's a song I want to share for humanity, for the waters that came through at the source of a river that comes down into Santa Fe. And I go to this source many times because the source holds everything you need. the healing, the new information, the vision. And I go there and I share my visions with the source. And I love how the river, which gives us all of the life we need, begins in a source that many times is so inconspicuous and unannounced. That's where the power is. It's not cased in a huge temple, and it's not got a big flashing sign that says, this is where the richness of life really is. So at this source, I'm sitting there and I get taken over by a song. A melody begins to move through me, and it is as soft and as easy flowing as the winds right now around us. And I'm in the presence of the source of the river. And my heart is being moved, my blood is being moved, and my voice begins to move up and down. And I don't know what it is, but I'm allowing it to move through me. But I then begin to bring my awareness, my loving heart, and my embracing arms to hold this sacred song of the source of the rivers. And I begin to recognize the pattern in the song. And that's when I say, oh, that song is wanting to be sung right now. And it began just as simple as, ooh, 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 ooh. And I continue to listen, and then I'm taken over by the swirling aspen trees ahead. Ooh, ooh. And here's the role of the song carrier, is to hear that and allow it to be what it wants to be without me trying to, with my musical training or my, memory of the song I heard on the radio, but allowing that just to be what it is and honoring it and repeating it. Ooh, 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 la ya 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 ya. So it's happening like this, and then I'm taking that sacred responsibility of allowing a song to be sung through me, and so I'm recognizing that life is in force at the source of these rivers, and I'm in the mountains, and the mountains are like the Mama Earth breast. They are the givers of life to the entire community. They hold all of the nurturing, the medicines, the wisdom, the dreams are in these mountains of the earth that are like the breast of the woman that nurture life and give milk. And the river is flowing from her. And I ask the question because we are co-creators, human beings, to bring in these songs. And I ask the question, are there words to this song? And the beings spoke through me. And because I have been invited into the Lakota way, I heard the Lakota words. Mini wichoni unchi maka wani wachielo pila maya yelo hey dakuwa kanshkan wichozaniwa wani wachielo pila maya yelo hey mini wichoni, the waters of life. Mini wichoni unchi maka, Grandmother Earth. Wani wachielo pila maya yelo. Hey, thank you for the blessing of the waters. Dakuwa kanshkan, all things in sacred motion. Wichozaniwa, for our health and well-being, so that we may live in harmony. Dakuwa kanshkan, wichozaniwa, wani wachielo pila maya yelo. Hey, so all of this is swirling around. And the language, the syllables wanted to come through, the sounding of those words in Lakota. And so I received that song. It was a transmission. It wasn't me. It was all of that life and the source of the river speaking to me. And now this is a new medicine song that came from the ancestors of that source of that river. All the grandmothers who had come to that river many lifetimes singing the same way that I was doing. And the new song came in because it's wanting to have its own life. And so I give it away freely to those that want to sing to the waters in the Lakota language, Miniwichoni, which those words now are known worldwide from Standing Rock.
Miniwichoni! 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 Miniwichoni!
I believe we're very, very ready as the women for healing. We began with songs that were sacred from around the world, some of them having lots of words or lots of melody or harmonies. And I kept hearing, and I think the women prayed it in, to go back to the original way of song, which is a single melody, because there might be one lullaby that takes you through your whole life, like this Grandmother Flor de Mayo lullaby that we've been weaving through the whole Gathering for Humanity. This comes from lineages and lineages of her family line, and she's sharing it now with the world. And we use that lullaby in our circles, and it's 4 notes. 4 notes that can be enough for your whole life. And that's what I've found the way of earth songs, medicine songs, is they're really, right now for the women, wanting to be shared in their most simple forms. And that's honoring the element of wind, the element of rain, of the river, of the earth humming, singing with us. And there's space enough for all of that to happen. And it's not so human-centered and human voice-centered, but it's including all.
Mm-hmm.